안녕하세요. I'm Valentine. What is up, everybody? I'm Valentine here. Welcome back to the channel. I was like, do I make this an ASMR? Yes, no. But, no. We're gonna put this on Almost World. A quick sit-down video for you, impromptu. I just got off work, and I want to start this by saying how much I love my job, love my coworkers, and just love people. But yeah, at a different point in my day, I was talking to someone who I hold close, right? And we were just, having a conversation, and something came up, and they were like, oh, I think some people should be bullied. And I was like, you mean like teased? Like, you think some people should be teased? And he was like, yeah, no, I feel like some people should be bullied though. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, like, you mean like, I was like, no, you mean like, tease, like, and I was like, yeah, that's different from bullying. He's like, yeah, some people should be teased, whatever, yeah, but some people should be bullied. And I was like, why would you say that, right? I was like, why would you? Me being very intentional about remaining calm, because it can be really hard when you believe something so deeply. It's like religion. Like, you believe something so deeply, and someone has a direct opposite to your belief. It can seriously, like, it feels like a personal attack. It feels very, 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 very personal. And for me, who has experienced bullying, and just knowing how it affected me, how it probably still affects me, and how it's affected others. Trigger warning, y'all. But people literally will exit the earth on purpose because of bullying. You have kids bringing guns to schools. People are hurting each other. Like, this is a human intentionally and consistently going out of their way to attack and hurt, to cause harm to another human. That's what bullying is. It's not light. It's not funny. It should not be talked about so flippantly. And frankly, you should not believe that anyone should bully anyone. It's a cycle, a very poor cycle. There's this thing called anger transference. And I had my own theory in my head of how you give this negative energy to someone, they give that negative energy to someone. It's actually like a fucking law of the world, right? Like, no matter is ever created or destroyed. If we can literally put energy into motion, it's a form of matter, no? Am I fucking tripping? It's a form of matter in itself, right? It's something that moves. It's a force, right? So we're passing energy. Matter is never created or destroyed, y'all. It's fucking passing to each other. We keep bullying someone, like, we're gonna keep fucking hurting someone else. So you bully someone, and that matter's gonna go somewhere. That energy's gonna go somewhere. We can transmute, turn it into something new. We can turn it into art. Probably the healthiest form of transmutation of negative energy. Literally turning it into a different energy. Something positive, because it brings awareness, or it, helps you get out the frustration in a different way without abusing or hurting someone else. He asked me, don't you think that the bully should be bullied? And I said, no. Because like I said, matter can never be created nor destroyed. Okay, we don't want the cycle to continue at all. At all. The whole point is for it to just not happen. I just couldn't believe that he said that shit. You know, and like, there was this other point where I was like, you know, hey, like, me just trying to be like, he was joking. Like, he must just be thinking of it as something else, something different. And I was like, I just want to make sure, like, you know the difference between, like, bullying and, like, teasing, like, and just for funsies, right? And he's like, yeah, but I do feel like some people should be bullied. He's like, that's just, we might just have to agree to disagree on that. That's just how I feel about that. I was just saying how, like, you know, I don't think you should just talk about stuff like that so flippantly. He was like, well, that's just how I feel like that, about that. I'm scratching my foot, y'all. That shit put me in a threat state. I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like, you know, I'm reading this book. It's a Brene Brown book. What's it called? Dare to Lead. Talks about like the marbles thing, where like when someone is good with you, you put more marbles in their jar. When someone's not good to you, you take the marbles out the jar. It came from like a teacher that when the class was being good, she would put marbles in the jar. When the class was being bad, they take the marbles out the jar. So you lost hella marbles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta take some marbles out your jar, like hella marbles. Cause like, that's such a core thing. You know what I mean? Like, when you keep people close to you, you keep them next to your heart. And it means that they have access to what you feel very deeply. Like things like love, very intense feelings, things like love, affection, care. Literally, I was hugging this person earlier. And I just had to remove some marbles from the jar, dude. But I'm still jarred. Like, I'm still in kind of a shock state. Like, I got off work, I immediately recorded a message to my dad about it. I was like, who do I call about this? Like, who do I talk to about this? Because I was really, like I said, it put me in a threat state. Like, I was genuinely triggered. And I had even said to him, like, I've been bullied. Like, you know, I'm literally a victim of being bullied. And I know how it made me feel every day. I used to hate myself. I mean, like, seriously, I used to hate myself. It has taken so much effort and hard work and choosing not to kill myself over and over again for me to even get where I am today. And I'm still not, like, perfect. I'm still not 100%. I'm trying every single fucking day. But to hear someone say out of their mouth such a dangerous blanket statement, I don't think I can have someone like, and I like seriously value and admire this person so much. But I'm very careful about who I like. When you start to show me things that show me that like you're not a safe person, you yourself are not a safe space, I can't keep you as close anymore. And I think that that's what's making me even more sad. I think I might have to grieve the closeness that we had. And I think I'll probably say this every day, probably like 7 times a day at a minimum, but I'm a sociology student now. Wear that on my chest, like a vest on my chest, like that's how I'm coming about that. That's how I feel about that. I'm a sociology student now, and maybe it all, it's always that deep. It's always that serious. Promise you, it's always that deep, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction, guys. These theories that people say, they apply to the social as well. This is not just things that are based on like, this is not just physics. These are laws of the universe. It's like a never-ending circle. It's like infinity. And dude, I had such a fucking martyr's heart, bro. I think that shit, like, you know, people say something broke my heart. That shit broke my heart a little bit. Like, I respect this person so much. Care about him so much. That shit broke my heart a little bit. Because it's like the inability to see someone else's heart. The inability to see how much that could hurt someone, to be at the hands of bullying. I'm literally telling you, hey, I've been bullied. And you don't even want to rephrase your statement. You don't want to say, oh shit, like my bad, I'm just saying this out the back of my neck. Or like, oh, I don't really have that strong of an opinion, but I'm just talking. Not that. Not even like, hey, I feel you, like that must have been hard for you. But also, I do think some people, like none of that. Just I think some people should be bullied. It's like the antithesis of everything that I feel that I'm working towards. You know what I mean? It's the antithesis of the message that I want to spread to the world through what I do. Music, art, what I'm studying. I was a business major. Like, I was just a business major. At first, I wasn't even going to go to school. Then I got here, started taking my classes, took that sociology class. That shit rocked my fucking world. And I was like, shit, this is actually important to me. This is what I've been doing my whole life without realizing it. I've been a sociologist my entire life. I just thought, oh, I'm a philosopher, I like psychology, sociology. I've been trying to understand people. Why do they do what they do? Why are we like this? How can we be better? I want to make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? My entire life. Dr. Alma. Hold on. Dr. Alma. I am Dr. Alma. It's nice to meet you. Dr. Alma has been trying to solve these mysteries in my brain my whole life. And you're going to sit here and tell me, I just can't do it, guys. Can't do it. Can't do it. And there's just too much going on in the world, too, to just be saying like flippant ass, blanket ass statements. Like somebody asked me the other day what I think about transgender people playing in sports. Like, what if it's an all women's league and then a transgender person is, fucking playing in that thing? What do I think? And I told him, I'm like, I don't really have an opinion on that right now. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I don't really have an opinion on that. He's like, well, yeah, but just like off the top of your head, just like don't think about it too much. Just like tell me your opinion. What do you think? And I was just like, I feel like people thinking that they should just off the top of their head give their opinion like that on something that's like a really serious subject or like a serious topic of debate. Like, I feel like that's the reason why we are having such a big fucking problem. People talking out the side of their fucking neck don't know shit about what they're talking about. They don't know. They have no clue. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. But they're so comfortable that without research, without talking to the people that it actually affects, without like trying to see both sides like Chanel, in the words of Frank Ocean, if you will, just giving your opinion. Not considering all sides, not taking in more information, not doing research. This is not, one of the things I said to my dad was like, agree to disagree. Like a simple, disagreement is something like ketchup's better than mustard. Or like rabbits look better in green than cats do. Peppermint's better than spearmint. That's a simple disagreement. We're talking about people's livelihood here. We're talking about something very fucking serious here. You know what I'm saying? These are core. These hit the core. We shouldn't be so fucking flippant when we talk about shit like this. We need to be well researched. We need to be very intentional about seeing both sides like Chanel. Again, in the words of fucking Frank Ocean, bitch. See both sides like motherfucking Chanel. Okay? We need to be seeing both sides like Chanel. See on both sides. Can you tell? Listen to that thing. See on both sides like Chanel. Was that a gang sign? Not intentional, in case it was. I'm not affiliated. Only Dr. Alma here. Hi, I'm Dr. Alma. Nice to meet you. No, but I was actually talking to this wonderful person who I highly admire as well, which they ended up popping up. Loved that. That was fire. That was fucking amazing. And excuse me, I was kind of talking to them about how, like, as I am learning because I'm a sociology student. I'm a sociology student. I'm so proud. So fucking proud. Anyways, we're gonna talk about how people be hating, but we're gonna get to that later. Was just talking about how, like, as I'm learning this stuff, I'm trying to be very intentional about not like dumping the information onto people, because it's controversial. People sometimes, you know, that thing where that dude was like, you can't handle the truth. People cannot handle the truth. I mean, finding out that, and I'm so glad that she said it too, but she was saying how, like, fucking white men, even she's like, I think she said men, obviously, and white men came and created all this shit so that they could like steal shit from people, hurt people. And like she had said in her own words, something along those lines, but that's what I've been saying recently. It's like finding out that all these men created this stuff to like hold over people's heads while they stole from them and hurt them and took everything from them is the reason why we still have all these ideologies today, why we're still living how we're living, why we're living in the structure that we're living, as far as like capitalism and like the political structure of it all and all that shit. Like, you know, when you realize that, it can be hard to just like, I was telling my dad, like, it's hard to hold a normal conversation, but I was saying how I try not to be holding it over people's head and like telling them that, because like I said, and that dude said, you can't handle the truth. Some people literally can't handle it. And I've had points in my life where, like, for example, this stuff about gender studies that I'm learning now, I feel like I'm ready for it, right? A couple years back, I've been questioning my sexuality. I've been confused quite a long time. I'm like, girl, what am I? Sometimes I like women. Sometimes I'm like attracted to a stud, and I'd be like, what am I? Sometimes I'm like, no, I'm straight. But now it's been a fucking week and a half. I'm in this class. I'm like, okay. I'm not crazy. I'm just a fucking human. Like, that's, bitch, I'm just a human. And, but yeah, I mean, if I was super religious though, like, I was raised in a religious household. If I was still super religious, I couldn't have taken this fucking class because my mind wouldn't be open to it. My mind wouldn't be open to hearing these facts, babes. Not fiction, okay? Well, this is not fucking drawn out of somebody's ass. This is studies. This is anatomy. This is like the physical existence. This is not just an ideology. This is not from the mind. It's not from the imagination. This is from like, hey, your body has, trigger warning again, your body has a penis and a vagina. And you exist. And there's actually a lot of people like you. So you mean to tell me that there's not just there's not just two? If I was, this is a deep ass video. This is deeper than I even thought I was gonna go. But if I was of the mind where I couldn't live with that fact because I was too far down the rabbit hole of what these white men that came to steal everything created and sold to me and sewed into my brain and abused me and hurt me and told me over and over again that I need to just trust in this thing and believe this thing, I couldn't hold it in my mind. But they say the truth shall English is not here now because of the fact that I'm fucking it up. The truth shall set you free. That's what they said. They use the Bible to keep us enslaved. They didn't know the truth. Some people couldn't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. I had to bring it back, y'all. I had to call back. I had to do a call back. You can't handle the truth. I need a fucking microphone and a stage just to talk. Just to fucking chat. Ooh, that's a concept right there. Ooh, that's a concept right there. That is a concept right there. We're gonna make that shit happen. I'm definitely gonna do that. Isn't that what fucking James and Fuhad do? Bitch, I'm doing that shit. I don't give a shit. Like, I might do like the first half of my songs. Bitch, we're gonna talk, okay? But yeah. But we'll be so attached to this old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, let me not, like, there's plenty of great things in the Bible. I have an affinity for the Bible. I'm not going to hold you. I like it. very nice. It has some beautiful, wise words in there, plenty of times. And also, you know what I'm saying? I love a good and also. Okay, because let's keep it together. Two truths can exist at one time, and the truth shall set you free, baby doll. When we can recognize that physical evidence of me losing my train of thought, because I'm like, is that a plane? No, I'm just not wearing my glasses. Two truths can exist at one time, and we have to be open enough to recognize that, like, the more that we learn, we can accept what we're learning. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just be like, hey, I found out that oranges exist. And we're like, oh, no. Only apples exist. Only apples exist. And then someone's like, hey, look at this orange. I ate it, and it makes me feel really, like, energetic, and it makes me feel really happy. And it actually tastes really sweet and delicious. And we're like, no. Only apples exist. Only apples. Apples is the way. Apples is the only way. And then that person's like, oh, okay. And then that person moves on and they keep living life. 20 years later, that person's like healthy as shit. Healthy as hell. Glowing, skin glowing, hair long, nails long, looking fresh, looking clean, smelling amazing. And that person meets the person that's just the apple lover, right? They meet up again. Apple lovers, like, they take a good fibrous poop every day, but they're not glowing. You know what I'm saying? They're not glowing. They're making it, though. They're making it. Still solid, sturdy, maybe not as much energy, okay? The person that found the oranges has oranges. They have apples. They have grapes. They've discovered broccoli. They've discovered lettuce. They have carrots. They've even discovered fire, and that they can make soup and put zucchini and basil and salt enhances flavor. And they found honey to put inside of their cacao, whatever, in the morning that they boil with water over an open fire. And they found a way to shape pots and fucking put that shit on there so that they can, like, boil whatever the fuck you want to boil and make soup and shit. So they run into each other after those 20 years. And that person's like, hey, did you know that oranges, apples, grapes, fucking bananas, bitch, broccoli? They're like, did you know a nigga can make soup? Niggas can make soup. Did you know that? And the person's like, only apples exist. I can't do it. I'm trying to eat soup. I'm trying to make soup. I'm trying to glow. I'm trying to have energy. I'm trying to fucking boil a nice chai and put some honey in it in the morning. I can't just only eat apples with you bitches. I can't eat apple with you hoes. With the huz. I can't do it. We gotta see more. We have to know that there's more, and we have to recognize the truth. We have to be willing to recognize the truth so that we can enjoy the fruit. You see what I did there? You see what I did? Bitch, clock it. Fucking clock it. And I'm so glad that I speak the language. Like, I'm so glad that I was born in the time I was born. Like, I joke. I cuss a lot. And I'm funny. You know what I mean? I'm cute as well. And I'm kind of sexy, kind of hot. You know what I mean? There's something there. You know what I mean? Like, thank God. But I think, like, it's a gift. Blessing and a curse. Because, like, how frustrating is it to show someone that there's soup and oranges and all this shit, and they're like, oh, only apples? That's frustrating. But imagine the people that are like, oh, I have apples, but show me what the oranges are talking about. That's the blessing. The blessing is I have technology and I can talk to y'all and I can fucking be better. Help the world. Teach the people what I know, fucking what I'm learning. And like, it doesn't only have to be this knowledge inside of a college textbook. Like, we all need to know this shit. Because it's about us. This is social. This is the life. This is our life. This is me and you. This is us. We are us. We are together. We are one. I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's our life. It's our world, guys. We got to make it better. It starts with us. It starts with me. It starts with you. That's why I'm doing this. It starts with me. Man in the mirror. For real. Okay? I'll say this too. What was it? There was something I was like, oh, I gotta say that before I end it. Give me a second. I might have to end it, y'all. I can't remember. Sociology, psychology, self-understanding. Be kind. Be open-minded, y'all. Love yourselves. Love others. Be kind to others. See more than the apples. There's more. There's a lot more. The more that I keep learning, the more I'll keep sharing, y'all. For real. I'm gonna just try my best. Keep trying my best. What was it that I wanted to share? We can do better. Oh. Jarring fact that I found out. There's this dope ass channel called Intellectual. She has this video. What was the video I watched? Video talking about, again, trigger warning. Like, I'm just being honest on here. Like, just fucking saying, like, the truth. Honestly, the truth I'll shit. The truth. Anyway, she was talking about self-pleasuring. I'll say that, right? And it was like a study. Like, she does like an analysis and a fucking like a research, like a report. It's a whole thing, right? And she was talking about how there was this lady, I think it was like the 1970s or 1980s, and the lady was talking about, she was like a congresswoman. And the congresswoman proposed that we talk about self-pleasure in school and teach kids that it's safe, healthy, prevents STDs, and it also is like, you know, just a way to interact with your body. It's a form of like I said, pleasure, like sexual pleasure or self-pleasuring, right? They said somebody made her resign. Somebody made her resign for saying that. People thought she was crazy. They thought she was just out of line. And she had to suffer the consequences of telling the truth, knowing too much, being ahead of her time, reading research, expressing, honestly, an option, a thought. Like, so many people have been sexually abused. And the biggest concern, you can't tell them about self-pleasure, like what's okay, what's not okay. I just don't understand. I just can't even. I'm putting a trigger warning on this video. A trigger warning on this video. But she was ahead of her time. But she had to suffer back then. She got asked to step down for her views on that. Meanwhile, it's like I said, like it's healthy, it's safe, it's you yourself. It's healthy, it's literally safe. But because we are still living in times that have been controlled by a man coming to America and being like, y'all are savages, that's witchcraft, y'all need to die, we're gonna steal absolutely everything that you have, we're gonna steal everything that you own, we're gonna literally kill you and try to eradicate you and take all of your land, take everything that you have. By the way, you need to only listen to the Bible. It's not fucking working, y'all. We gotta grow. We gotta grow beyond, we gotta expand. All right, this has been really good. I'm glad I did this. The cool person I met earlier told me maybe I should like, they were like, you gotta write about this. Cause there was like a couple things I had mentioned. I had given my take on like trauma dumping and talking about like potential positive signs of divorce and like, you know, what are some of the positives of like, you know, children of divorce, what are some of the good things that come out of it, et cetera, like, you know, things that haven't been studied or researched. And like my take on trauma dumping, I don't think that that's a real thing. I think that it's another way to demonize people for trying to share what's going on in their life. But they were like, yeah, you should write about this. And I was like, you're right. Or maybe she was like, maybe you should do it in your way, like what you do, which is like a blog. And I'm like, hell yeah. So here I am. I was feeling that. I was feeling worried, feeling frustrated, feeling very confused. Because I'm a sociology major now. So don't fucking play with me. I love y'all. Subscribe for more. If you like this video, comment below. Tell me what you want me to talk about next. And I love y'all. See you in the next one. Bye.